Hello everybody and welcome back to Genshin Impact. We are continuing where we left off with trying to go and find this one, Zhongli. And we're just gonna go this way. I think it's this way.
I can do for you too? I'm afraid that Wangshan funeral parlor isn't... We've come to see Zhongli! Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the... Last time we saw Zhongli was... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this, we had better go and make...
Yep. I'm just gonna quietly skip through some stuff, mostly because, A, that last conversation I had to stick it through was fucking so damn long. It was such a long talk. I appreciate that it's all voice acted and everything, but still, it's just very long. Also, these buildings are like Tartarus.
Between harbingers. Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring Kit? Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Can I kill her, like, now, please? I'm mad at her. I want her dead.
Before, in the city of...
Screw you.
Right. I imagine that it must have been...
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was over, so it might be best to keep things...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certain.
I knew that we should never...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to... The real deceivers here are Senor and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually,
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee.
Okay, can it let me click the button?
Yes.
What? So you're... No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why...
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death?
Gathering all the forces that have been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that as you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time.
Oh, my phone alarm's going off.
Convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet till one dreadful day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Considering you're hard get attacked by the people you were giving that damn thing to is concerning. Okay? Like, no.
As I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age. I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer, so I feigned my own death and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its date.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract.
I still want to kick the shit out of her.
In strict confidence. This, despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on these. All of these things turned out as I planned.
She kicked the shit out of Venti, though. I'm still pissed off about that one. That was just rude. And uncalled for, honestly.
I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Does anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving
Nah,
me?
screw you.
You practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance.
If you hadn't created the pressure of the battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would never have been able to be...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue is saying?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such...
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always...
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
What the fuck happened?
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Okay, well. Okay, I need to stand up for a minute. Luckily, I have a desk that actually is my height, so I can stand up and just still see the screen, unlike with the TV, where it was lower than me, so I wouldn't have been able to see it. So I can still just do this.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those... So Rex Lapis is really... Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fella. Fatui? They certainly... Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights...
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere.
Yes. And to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated...
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person...
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an...
Hear ye all, the Chi sings words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trial. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Lyra to grieve not, and to let not their hearts be sad, nor are they to believe street-born rumors, or indulge in baseless speculation.
Okay, well, it, like, stops sometimes.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chi Sings announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Now, could the Chi Sing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh.
Okay.
Look, it's Ningguang and Kuchi.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
Once again, talking, but the mouth is not moving.
3,700
contracts as we build a new age of prosperity.
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Kimtrin. Does Her Eminence the Yuhang have anything to add?
Is she looking this traveler? Yikes! She really is looking our way.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liu Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price.
Could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Oh my god, they actually did voice acting for a character? And I like how we just asked for missing persons posters. Hilarious. What a way to cut it off. Nope, I'll talk to you.
And to think I put my best perfume on before, but it seems as if those perfume, well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in.
As for the mortals and adepti in me,
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit.
Of course, I forgot that was there.
Hey, Xiaomi! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their... Here you are looking all relaxed.
Sometimes Paimon's tone of voice is funny. I will say that, the way she says some things.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, we should treat you to a meal at the Shinya kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Xiaomi. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us...
No. Paimon, stop.
I do like the more.
But why would Morax lack more?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create more. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an uncle.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price, but since you weren't used to not being able to just make more and more out...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the city of Paris, we do not exchange money.
To be fair, I do skip through some of this quickly because they talk slow.
As well as positions, roles, and lives.
I sometimes just skip through things and read it quickly because they talk slow sometimes, man. They really do.
The Archon Morax never experienced life as the true mortal Zhongli could. I will treasure the memories that I made at Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. There is no journey that does not end. No meetings without parting.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue prefer to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among them.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there?
It's because of visions.
Fucking.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in them, this is what visions are. Magical focus bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the god.
Uh-huh. That's how people...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt.
Vision Hunt decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
You want to seize visions? But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of the...
Whoa. That's harsh.
The Animal Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal will. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Cheesing made their announcement, we listened...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Cheesing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a let's say. The reason why the Cheesing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because I hinted as much to the Adepti. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti hasn't... Jing is absolutely right in saying now. Though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Cheesing's plan to take governing power over Liu from the hands of the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Jean-Luc sends more axes. Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire...
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operation.
This is terrible.
Yes, this is indeed a major issue for well, I suppose we'll...
Did you...
He didn't think about it.
Oh, private fun.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
This guy's dumb.
Suppose you'll have to
Just a
find
little
way to
bit.
get inside this closed niche.
Hey! Well, we closed out this chapter of the game, and I'm slightly sad that we did. Ooh. Okay, we'll go do the teapot thing, mostly because I want that, so I'm going to do it, obviously.
Children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
I like how Pine just called her Granny.
No. You've done so much for Leah Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it. When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing well, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wild. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you.
Yes. Having seen how many of the actual collectible things that are in this game, yes, I have a very long way to go. I'm also at like 120 hours, I think, in this game already.
I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing the old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you rented previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play.
Indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of... but that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you just requires a few final materials to add them.
That's right. Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
That's true enough.
Settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of that, well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glaze you would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glaze lilies. And yet almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is Smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped in any case. Smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adepti power of things.
Okay, I think my character carries like most of that stuff in their pockets.
Harmful to humans.
Hey, yo, Michael, you there? Nope, apparently not.
Goodness knows if that child will succeed in...
Well, since you're an
Well, I was pronouncing her name Yanfei, so I was partly correct. It's Yanfei, but I was doing Yanfei, so close enough, I suppose.
I believe you've already heard of the traveler and her traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about him in the Millilith's records. He became one of Levi's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millilith at Julian Karst and made before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. A shame that we didn't meet sooner. If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me.
She's a lawyer? Well, legal advisor, but that's basically just a lawyer, I assume.
Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount.
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. You'll have to excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this.
I was gonna ask the same question. An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long time, and then after that was all over, they had me, and once I was all grown up. That's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solid? Well, my dad did say that he talked it through with Rex Lapis, and that he... Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny,
What?
I got you over most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragd.
Is that so? Yanfei, are you sure?
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go. Oh, that's a really big book. What kind of things do you write in there? Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him. Crossel. A Snezhnaya merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell, so I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. Wow. This would be a little more...
Right. I'm like 90% sure my character has that in their inventory. Oh, that's Noctilus Jade. Okay, apparently I don't. Seems like some shit my character would end up having. Oh, I have Jubilant Jade. Okay. My allergies suck. Da-da-da-da-da.
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some smaragd.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small Miss Yanfei. Might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpin?
Wait, isn't smaragdus jadeite really rare?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhu before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, in return, I included a clause that guarantees the smaragdus jadeite is genuine.
Guaranteed genuine? With 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false? Yes, these terms are very...
Of course. This way, but...
In that case, might you know where Miss Chow lives? We'd like to pay her a...
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell.
This is a lot of running around. I would just go to the chasm for it, honestly, at that point. Do believe I need these stairs over here.
Whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Mr. Chow? My associates and I are very interested in them.
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them. I spent so much money on them. In fact, my family is in the ore business too. But business has been suffering. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around. So we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. And that's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have that, but now that I've lost the hairpins...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of...
Did you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Mr.
Huh? Well, I'm not sure. I have it right.
Let me see. That's right! Yanfei said she's illegal, true. Though sure... Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that... Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take and given the rarity of smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may and
even higher. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juchao looks like she's about to faint. However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine smaragdus jadeite that was in the lake. Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly will we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start... Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Please. Please, don't trouble ourselves over this. However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants, after all. It's vital, now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crosslow in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue, and then...
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has so much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I'm quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch? No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over...
Oh god, is this gonna be a back and forth? So, what I'm hearing is this man is a scam artist. Oh no, not this again.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. You lost them!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mora! Do you have any idea? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little mark. It was in fact genuine Smaragdus jade item.
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll...
Thank you very much.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have some... It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find...
Oh jeez. Okay, I was wondering why you were here. I don't know. Where the heck am I supposed to talk to this lady? Okay, where's a good place to sit? Because I sat down and nothing happened, so I have to go find somewhere else, apparently. Okay, I might need to just take a gander. What time is it on my thing? Okay. So I'm gonna go take a gander at my, at Google to figure out where the heck they want me to sit. Because it's not giving me a place to sit, at, so... Okay, thank you, Google. Like, that was not obvious at all. It said go sit somewhere. What the heck is this? Oh. That's the jewelry place. Gotta go up these stairs. And then we cross the bridge. I do not think it meant this bridge, but whatever. Okay, well, let's go do this, see if it'll stop it. I didn't realize that. Okay, hopefully that cleared the way for me to actually do the other part of this. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to finish this up next time. So, thank you all for watching, wherever you are. Have a very good day. Goodbye.